Some demon lords return as unstoppable tyrants. Others reincarnate into worlds that completely misunderstand how dangerous they really are. These anime turn overpowered rulers into students, monsters, warriors, and chaos magnets, delivering insane battles, wild magic systems, and ridiculously entertaining power fantasies anime fans absolutely love watching today. Kicking off our list at number 10, the greatest demon lord is reborn as a typical nobody. Varvatos was once the strongest demon lord in existence, feared across an entire fantasy world. After growing bored of absolute power and isolation, he reincarnates thousands of years later as Ard Meteor, hoping for an ordinary life. Instead, his overwhelming abilities attract attention everywhere. Magic academies, political conflicts, assassins, and ancient enemies constantly disrupt his peaceful ambitions and ordinary school experience daily. What makes this series fun is how aggressively it embraces classic, overpowered protagonist energy without pretending otherwise. Ard completely demolishes opponents while acting socially awkward, creating hilarious contrasts throughout every episode. The flashy, magical combat looks surprisingly polished, and the pacing rarely drags. It feels like comfort food for fans of Demon Lord reincarnation anime, delivering exactly the chaotic entertainment viewers expect from this genre consistently. Moving down the rankings to number 9, Demon Lord 299. In a futuristic cyberpunk world where magic merges with advanced technology, legendary Demon Lord Veltol returns after centuries of defeat. Instead of conquering kingdoms, he awakens inside a neon-lit dystopian society ruled by corporations, hackers, and artificial intelligence. Adapting to streaming culture, digital warfare, and technological civilization becomes essential while rebuilding his influence and confronting dangerous modern threats surrounding his resurrection and legacy. Demon Lord 2099 immediately separates itself through style alone. The cyberpunk atmosphere mixed with fantasy mechanics creates a refreshing twist rarely seen in Demon Lord anime lately. Veltol's old-school arrogance clashing against futuristic internet culture produces genuinely entertaining moments. The visual direction looks sleek, the soundtrack fits perfectly, and the concept feels ambitious enough to keep viewers curious about every strange development constantly unfolding on screen throughout each episode. Charging into number 8, the Misfit of Demon King Academy. After sacrificing himself for peace, the legendary Demon King Anos Voldegoad reincarnates 2,000 years later, expecting his legacy to remain respected. Instead, history rewrites him entirely. Entering a prestigious demon academy, Anos discovers weaker descendants, distorted myths, and corrupt nobility questioning his identity. Using impossible magical power, he exposes lies while effortlessly humiliating enemies, attempting to challenge the original Demon King's rightful authority again. Anos is easily one of the most entertaining, overpowered protagonists in anime. This man defeats enemies with heartbeats, resurrects people casually, and treats impossible magic like basic arithmetic. Yet, the show stays incredibly fun because of its confidence and ridiculous escalation. Silver Link nailed the flashy battles and exaggerated reactions perfectly. Every episode feels designed to make viewers grin while witnessing absurd displays of unstoppable dominance from beginning onward. Sliding into number 7, reincarnated into Demon King. Evolog's world, ordinary man Toshiaki suddenly dies and reincarnates inside the fantasy game world he loved playing. Instead of becoming the hero, he encounters young Demon Lord Evologia before his rise to terrifying power. Determined to stay close to him, Toshiaki influences his development while navigating dangerous conflicts, emotional attachment, and complicated relationships shaping the Demon King's future path across the fantasy world surrounding them both. This anime definitely targets a specific audience, but its premise stands out within the crowded reincarnation genre. Watching someone actively shape a future Demon Lord instead of fighting against him creates an unusual dynamic rarely explored elsewhere. The relationship-driven storytelling keeps the narrative engaging despite its shorter runtime. Fans wanting something unconventional, emotionally charged, and different from traditional power fantasy structures will probably find this surprisingly memorable overall afterward. Breaking into our top 6 at number 6, the Demon Sword Master of Excalibur Academy, Leonis Death Magnus, once an immensely feared undead Dark Lord, seals himself away during an ancient war, expecting to awaken shortly afterward. Instead, he emerges 1,000 years later, trapped inside the body of a 10-year-old boy. Confused by modern civilization and magical technology, Leonis enrolls in Excalibur Academy while investigating mysterious creatures threatening humanity and hiding his terrifying true identity from everyone around him. This series balances comedy, action, and fantasy surprisingly well. Leonis acting like an ancient ruler while stuck inside a child's body creates constant entertaining interactions throughout the academy setting. The action scenes look sharp, especially during large monster battles involving holy weapons and dark magic. It also deserves credit for maintaining strong pacing, rarely wasting time before throwing viewers directly into another exciting confrontation or reveal afterward. Entering number 5, the reincarnation of the strongest exorcist in another world. After betrayal leads to his death, powerful exorcist Hariyoshi Kuga reincarnates inside a fantasy kingdom as Seika Lamprogue. Carrying memories and spiritual techniques from his previous life, Seika secretly surpasses conventional magic users around him. Determined to avoid repeating past mistakes, he hides his terrifying abilities while navigating noble politics, magical academies, dangerous monsters, and conspiracies threatening the stability of his new world entirely. Seika feels different from most reincarnated protagonists because his intelligence matters just as much as raw power. Instead of reckless flexing, he manipulates situations carefully using strategy, curses, and spiritual summons. The darker tone gives the story extra tension, especially during political conflicts and betrayals. Studio Blanc handled the supernatural atmosphere effectively, making the series feel far more intense than many generic fantasy reincarnation anime currently available today. Crashing into number 4, That Time I Got Reincarnated as a Slime. Corporate worker Satoru Mikami dies unexpectedly and reincarnates inside a fantasy world as a lowly slime monster named Rimuru Tempest. Gaining absurdly versatile abilities, Rimuru evolves rapidly while forming alliances between monsters, humans, dragons, and demons. What begins as survival gradually transforms into nation-building, political warfare, massive battles, and the rise of one of anime's strongest and most respected fantasy rulers ever created. Rimuru's journey works because the series constantly expands beyond simple power fantasy storytelling. One moment delivers hilarious slice-of-life comedy, then suddenly transitions into emotionally devastating war arcs and incredible large-scale battles. 8-Bit absolutely crushed the world building, making Tempest feel alive and constantly evolving. The supporting cast also stays consistently memorable, which keeps viewers emotionally invested long after Rimuru becomes overwhelmingly powerful compared to nearly everybody else. Dominating number 3, How Not to Summon a Demon Lord. Socially anxious gamer Takuma Sakamoto suddenly finds himself transported into the fantasy MMORPG Cross Reverie as his overpowered in-game character Diablo. Summoned by 2 girls attempting to enslave him magically, Takuma accidentally reverses the spell instead. Forced into role-playing as an intimidating demon lord constantly, he navigates quests, political conflicts, magical threats, and awkward social encounters despite lacking normal communication skills in reality himself. Diablo carries this anime completely through pure commitment to the bit. Watching an insecure gamer desperately improvise intimidating demon lord dialogue never stops being entertaining. The magical battles look flashy, the comedy lands consistently, and the series understands exactly what kind of escapist fantasy it wants delivering viewers. Omega especially improves the pacing and chemistry between characters, making the second season feel smoother and more enjoyable overall for returning fans. Storming into number 2, My Ridiculous Reincarnation. After dying unexpectedly, an ordinary protagonist reincarnates into a fantasy world under bizarre circumstances, granting absurdly broken powers from birth. Unlike traditional Demon Lord stories focused solely on destruction, this series emphasizes ridiculous misunderstandings, explosive magical growth, eccentric allies, and increasingly chaotic adventures. Every new challenge escalates beyond reason as enemies underestimate someone possessing completely unfair reincarnated abilities hidden beneath an unassuming appearance initially. What really sells this anime is the non-stop unpredictability. The story constantly escalates situations into absolute insanity while maintaining a surprisingly entertaining rhythm throughout. Fans of exaggerated, overpowered protagonists will enjoy how unapologetically excessive everything becomes. The humor lands frequently, the fights remain energetic, and the series understands that ridiculous concepts work best when the production fully commits to the chaos instead of holding anything back whatsoever. And finally, reigning supreme at number 1, Hanori-san still wants to fight in its next life. After living through endless conflict and martial competition, Hanori faces reincarnation, carrying overwhelming combat instincts into another lifetime entirely. Even within a supposedly peaceful existence, the urge to battle never disappears. Surrounded by rivals, dangerous encounters, and opportunities testing her strength constantly, Hanori embraces combat again while redefining purpose, identity, and personal ambition throughout an unpredictable new chapter of life beyond death itself. This pick stands out because it approaches reincarnation through obsession rather than simple power fantasy alone. Hanori's relentless desire for combat creates a more character-driven experience compared to many similar series currently available. The emotional intensity behind every confrontation gives the story extra weight. Combined with energetic action and strong pacing, it leaves a lasting impression that feels surprisingly different from standard Demon Lord reincarnation formulas dominating anime lately. Reincarnated Demon Lord anime keeps evolving because creators constantly twist the formula into something stranger, louder, or more emotionally intense. From cyberpunk kingdoms to slime empires and magical academies, these series prove overpowered protagonists still dominate modern fantasy anime. Now, drop your personal favorite Demon Lord reincarnation anime down in the comments section.